here's Washington, D.C. resident Frank Della Penna and his rare collection of Hawaiian music.
First electric guitar that was produced in the United States was produced and invented by Adolf Rickenbacker in the late 20s. Hawaiian music was very popular in the mainland. So Adolf decided that his first electric guitar was going to be a Hawaiian guitar. He called it a fry pan because of its shape. The guitar is commonly put on a stand where the performer will stand up with the rest of the group, usually a bass violin, Spanish guitar, and a few ukulele, of course women doing the hula. The invention of the phonograph by Thomas Edison also helped make Hawaiian music popular on the mainland and throughout Europe and Asia. The phonograph, in its original form, used cylinders, which were about 3 inches in diameter, and they lasted either 2, 3, or 4 minutes in duration. From these cylinders, Edison decided that he would experiment with platters. Hence came the 78 revolution per minute record. Following that, the extended play records, which were your 45 RPMs and your 33 1/3 revolutions per minute. Those 33s enabled one to get perhaps up to 12 recordings on a single album. They usually had wonderful liner notes and lots of pictures of colorful Hawaii landscape or entertainers themselves. What makes some of these albums so wonderful to possess is that you have a lot of artwork contained on the large 12-inch albums. So I'm always looking for a new source of recordings to add to my selection. I remember one time in Old Town of Chicago, and I looked up across the rows of records and I saw this one album that was about 1.5 inches thick. And I thought, what kind of an LP could be 1.5 inches thick? And I asked the fellow to pull it down for me. And lo and behold, my eyes popped out. It was Eddie Kamae and the Sons of Hawaii Red Album. Eddie had 2 books filled with information about Hawaiian customs, the land, the music, the people. He wanted the culture and the customs of Hawaii to be presented along with his music. If one wants to play Hawaiian music and you want to do it authentically, you have to look for source material. So that means going back and collecting some of these old platters to see how the old Hawaiians did it. This is a guitar duet, the Kalima Waltz by John Pa'aluhu along with Frank Ferreira. The instrument being played on is the old standard Thomas Edison Victrola with an image of Kipper, the dog, listening to the music through the sound horn. My motivation for acquiring a collection of Hawaiian records was primarily so that I could study how the old Hawaiians did it. Those recordings are also historic now. Many are out of print. Many of these acoustic and electric records are being reproduced. There are a number of record companies, including native Hawaiian record manufacturers, that are putting out and preserving old-time Hawaiian music for all of us to enjoy and hear.
Join us next week for a new show on documentaries. Former Hawaii resident Dave McGuire used his background in marine biology to make sharks stewards of the reef. The inauguration of President Barack Obama is the subject of this new DVD capturing the experience of a broad range of Hawaii residents who made the trek to our nation's capital for the event. Big Island musician Jack Miller documents the beginnings of Jamaica's most famous export in The Roots of Reggae. Kauai resident John Wareheim describes the inspiration for his documentary Taylor Camp, using the vintage photographs of the hippie camp from the 1970s. So join me next week for more real stories. See you then. Be good.